All right, let's go ahead and show everything. I don't really know. If you hold shift, you can expand everything. So it looks like I've got this piece of geometry. I want to pop it out of its little house here, living under this bunch of these transforms. So if you hit shift P, that will work beautifully. And then again, you just want to make sure, what do we have here? Right, that's that little guy. Okay, so I'm going to select everything, all the geo here. I don't know why you're not selecting. Oh, because you're live still. And edit. We'll delete the history. So now we have a nice clean outliner. Yay. And what is going on with that? So there's clearly something very strange. And it doesn't appear to be the retop, which is also fairly unusual. So that's in the high poly there. What I'm going to do, it's probably something from the mirror operation. So we'll just go ahead and hide this stuff. Just want to make sure we don't run into a situation where we get a weird bake. So what I'm doing is I'm in face mode. I'm just selecting out here. Even though it looks like an edge, I'm going to delete it. And then hopefully we can double click it and go to mesh fill hole. Okay. So that looks okay. If we see some weirdness in the bake, we will know. We'll have a short list of things to go confirm. So I'm going to turn live surface back on. Go back. Actually, we'll go ahead and pop these off now. So I'm going to turn it off. We'll JK. All right, so there, right, those are those pieces. So we'll go to separate. It looks like we've got a little bit of a problem there too. There may be some other strangeness that we discover in the bake that wasn't immediately apparent. But again, you know, all you got to do is just go mesh fill hole, and we should be okay. We may need to jiggle the handle on the normals, but I think we'll be just fine. That's not a big deal. All right, so back to our live surface status. Go to quad draw, and I'm going to go ahead and finish this front area up here. We'll just try a few things and see what seems like it's working. I'm going to need an extra edge there, even though, well, it's probably okay. I was thinking I'd collapse that, but I don't actually think it's all that necessary. This area right there. It's still pretty round at the inside, and it's also fairly prominent. And then for this area, so because we have that other piece of geometry, that little aiming reticle looking thing, it's not a bad idea to spend a few more polygons on this interior space just to make sure we don't get any weird collisions once we add that stuff back in. And that is an awful lot of triangles hitting that one little spot there, so let's try something a little different. Try to get a view of what's happening with our little front edge here. So we're going to be collapsing stuff over here, because there's not really any reason to hang on to it. If we can. That might not have been a great spot for that. We'll just scoot it up a little bit. There we go. Dang it. Spoke too soon. There we are. All right. Cool. So at some point I'm going to come back and fill this section in here. In fact, we'll just go ahead and do it now. Wait a minute. Let me take care of this top area. So I'm going to kill these faces. So we get a little terminus there. Doesn't want to fill that area in. Not surprising. Okay. I think that's going to be all right. I wonder if I can just do something like that. Nice and clean. Okay, hop out of quad draw and hide the high poly. So I got to turn live off. Come on. And then I'm just going to grab this interior space here, go to mesh, fill hole, and then go to some of these verts and say mesh connect. Sorry, edit mesh connect. I guess I've got to grab them both. And then we can do the same thing over here. And then I'll connect these guys. And then, once again, just using that same command if I can. Go to vert. And mesh connect. Great. Nice and clean. And that's easier because then I don't have to worry about trying to hop around all those weird cylinders and make sure everything is just perfect that way. So this is a little strange here. I don't think it's going to cause any errors, it's just not very pretty. But it should be okay. Probably don't need all this stuff going on down there. But for now, I think that part is pretty good. In the next video, I'm going to come over and take care of this one, and if I have time, I'll tackle these two little aiming things, and then I think we'll be ready for UVs. That'll be fun.